Dude, I'll do whatever it takes to win. Any means possible.
It's either you leave or I leave, and he walked out.
So Rakai had this whole stream lined up where he planned to go to a real boarding school and fully lean into that "I need discipline" storyline. Everything was locked in. The school had agreed, dates were confirmed, promotion was already rolling out, and people were actually interested to see how it would play out. It wasn't just another random stream idea. It had structure and curiosity behind it. But to understand why this idea even made sense for him, you have to look at where Rakai came from in the first place, how he even got here. Before he was around Kaitsanat and appearing on major streams, Rakai was just another kid on the internet trying to get attention with chaotic prank-style content.
Oh, I'm going. Oh God, we should get this to somebody. Have a beautiful day.
You too?
I got this for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
God bless you.
Yep. Did you already pay for them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you.
All right, have a good day. God bless
too.
you.
All right, bye-bye.
You too. Merry Christmas! What? Oh no!
And anything that could go viral. Their connection didn't happen overnight either. From early interactions online to eventually getting noticed on stream.
You don't see my shit? It's fine, dude. We can still.
I see you, bro. I see you.
Watching your live?
I
No, he's not.
Yes, I am.
Let me see. Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait a second. Drag, Carson, no, feel me? Like, what the Carson at? Like, feel me? This is like so just cool and just like wow, man.
Yo, how does Rakai know all my mannerisms, bro? Like, dude, it gets to a point, dude. Like,
So he's like, man, just gonna go in it.
that was big.
Like this. Let me show how I thought, man. Bitch, I ain't gonna lie, bitch. I like that shit, man.
Rakai slowly worked his way into Kai's circle and became one of the more talked about new faces around him. And that same energy he built his audience on. It wasn't exactly controlled. It was loud, unpredictable, and at times felt like he was figuring everything out in real time without any real structure behind it.
Awesome. Wish you could get a little bit of something.
Never forget the bath. Never. Don't ever talk back saying you forgot your drink.
Which is exactly why the whole boarding school for discipline idea even existed in the first place. But then, out of nowhere, the entire thing collapsed. The school backed out, and not because they suddenly realized Rakai's reputation might be a problem, even though that probably should have been a factor from the start. They pulled out because they started receiving serious threats. Not jokes, not trolls, but actual threats directed at a real institution with real staff and students. That alone says a lot about how intense the situation had gotten. Think about how far things had to go for a school to step away from what was basically a content collaboration. This wasn't some underground setup, it was a legitimate place deciding it wasn't worth the risk. And the source of that pressure was coming from Rakai's own audience.
Bro, I seen that I canceled this the MrBeast. That I'm not gonna lie. I low-key wanted to look into that and watch it, bro, but that looked like it was finna be fired. Rakai stopped his bro, because I guess the school was getting threats or something like that. That shit was crazy.
That's where things start to feel less like entertainment and more like something getting out of control. When a fan base crosses that line, it shifts the whole conversation. It stops being about edgy content or pushing boundaries and starts raising questions about responsibility and influence. Because at the end of the day, this didn't just affect Rakai, it impacted people who had nothing to do with the internet drama at all. To really understand how things escalated to that point, you have to trace it back to the MrBeast video, because that's where this current wave of chaos really took off.
Oh!
Rakai is out! Oh my God!
Every loser gets 50 G's.
Come here, come here.
Whoa. Chill. Security.
If they cross the line, they're actually out. I'm not even joking. Careful.
He's the line.
You see the line. You see, that's what. Nah, you're a slime
Hey guys,
ball.
hit the Fortnite dance. Hit the Fortnite dance.
You slimy.
Yeah. All right, Rakai will give this away. Just tweet out how you're giving it away. Take care, Rakai.
Just tweet out how you give it away.
Rakai was invited to be part of the Streamer Box Challenge, a massive event with $1 million on the line. Creators from all over the place showed up, all competing, all trying to stand out in their own way. But Rakai didn't just want to blend in. He went in with a very specific plan. He decided he was going to play the villain role, not just casually, but fully commit to it. The idea was simple: do whatever it takes to stay in the game and make sure people remember him.
Dude, I'll do whatever it takes to win. Any means possible.
And he followed through on that approach in ways that got people talking fast. During challenges, he would help others only when it benefited him, sometimes using them almost like shields to get ahead. By most standards, that kind of move sits right in that gray area people would call cheating. On top of that, he didn't hold back when it came to eliminated players. As they were leaving, he would taunt them, adding more heat to his persona. It was all part of the act he was building. He wanted to be seen as the antagonist of the video, the one people either loved to hate or just straight up hated. And in the end, he got exactly that reaction. But it didn't stay contained to the video the way he might have expected. The problem is, some of the people Rakai decided to go after weren't just random creators. These were major names in the Spanish-speaking YouTube scene, creators with massive audiences and extremely loyal fan bases that don't play when it comes to disrespect. So when Rakai eliminated Rubius, things could have stayed competitive and normal, but instead, he made it personal in a way that instantly crossed a line. He told him to go back to Mexico, right there on camera, in front of everyone watching. Now here's where it gets worse. Rubius is Spanish. From Spain, not Mexico. Not even from Latin America. Rakai basically lumped every Spanish-speaking person into one category without thinking twice.
That Rakai is a person who thought I was from Mexico because he made a comment a bit racist, I must say, like go back to Mexico, something like that, in a way. Something like that he said, and I was like, okay, fine. Guys, finally, I am Mexican. He said something like that. I don't remember what he said. I mean, I think he said it during the live stream.
And yeah, that hit exactly how you'd expect. It didn't come off as strategy or entertainment anymore. It came off careless and disrespectful. Moments like that don't just disappear after the video ends, especially when you're dealing with audiences that big and that connected to their creators. The reaction from the Spanish YouTube community was immediate and loud. This wasn't a slow build. It hit fast. Comment sections under Rakai's content got flooded. His social media turned into a constant stream of backlash. The energy shifted from criticism to something way more aggressive. It reached a point where even Rubius himself had to step in and tell his own fans to relax. That says a lot, because usually creators let their audience ride things out. But this went far enough that he felt the need to publicly calm it down. And even after that, it didn't fully stop. The backlash kept moving, spreading beyond just Rakai's platforms. It followed him, and eventually, it reached the boarding school that had agreed to host his stream. That's where things really came full circle in a messy way. The whole boarding school idea was supposed to be Rakai's way of addressing criticism, turning the situation into content, and maybe reshaping how people saw him. But instead, it got shut down by the same kind of intense behavior that made people question him in the first place.
It wasn't enough when you pissed off Miss Amy. It wasn't enough when you came late. It wasn't enough when you used lie. It wasn't enough when you write 500 times about accountability. Guess what? Miss Amy. Yeah. Damn!
The situation didn't just spiral, it fed into itself and made everything worse. He really dug himself into a hole and then somehow missed the one chance that could have helped him climb out of it. A lot of people were actually giving solid advice at the time. Keep the school private, don't announce it early, don't drop trailers or hype it up before it even happens. That's how you protect something sensitive like that. But Rakai's team moved in the complete opposite direction. They made it public, turned it into a spectacle, and that just opened the door for more chaos to hit it before it even started. What could have been a controlled reset ended up becoming another situation spiraling out in the open. Before going further, it's important to talk about the bigger issue behind all of this, because the boarding school situation is just the surface. The real story goes back earlier. Rakai is 17 years old, and he made the decision to drop out of high school to focus on streaming. That alone isn't unheard of. Plenty of creators have taken that path and built successful careers. The difference here is how it's playing out in real time. And when you actually listen closely to him speak, that's where a lot of the concern really started building. There's been growing attention around how he communicates, and that's where things started getting uncomfortable for people watching. There's a viral clip that spread everywhere, often referred to as Rakai speaks 0 languages.
Listen, you like how I look.
Yo, run that by me again, bro. Yo, is he the first
human being that speaks 0 languages, bro?
Like, bro, I gave you a chance. I slowed it down and made sure that I heard you properly, and it turns out
You need to be on that Kai ABC mouse plan, because whatever you got going on, bro, you can't communicate to save your life.
What did he say?
It didn't blow up just because people wanted to be negative. It caught attention because viewers genuinely struggled to understand what he was trying to say. This wasn't about accent or style. It was more about broken sentence structure, mispronouncing basic words, and losing track of thoughts mid-sentence.
So what did he do? Like this? I'm like, this. On the phone. What? What about this? On the phone. What? What about this? Bro. That's what the fuck.
That kind of communication gap stands out, especially when you're constantly in front of an audience. It became a talking point because people didn't know if it was nerves, lack of education, or something deeper going on. Then you have the ethnicity clip, which added another layer to the conversation.
What's your ethnicity?
Wait, what?
Ethnicity.
Huh?
What's your not ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? Wait, I'm saying it wrong. What's your what's it called? Oh, ethnicity.
What does that mean?
Wait, Chad, what's it called? How you say that right there?
Ethnicity?
Ethnicity, yeah, my bad. Ethnicity.
Like Caucasian?
Oh, you're just Caucasian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Forgetting a word happens to anyone. That part is normal. But when people started placing that moment next to everything else, the reading clips, the geography mistakes, and other moments where basic knowledge seemed shaky, it started forming a pattern in people's eyes. Instead of isolated slip-ups, viewers began seeing it as a consistent issue. And once that narrative locks in online, it becomes hard to shake, especially when every new clip gets compared to the last one. At a certain point, it stops looking like random moments and starts forming a bigger picture. That's where a lot of the concern really comes from. When a regular 17-year-old struggles with reading or basic communication, there are usually steps that follow. Teachers notice it, parents get involved, and some kind of support system is put in place. It's not perfect, but there is at least an effort to catch the issue early and help fix it. But when everything is happening live on stream, that process doesn't really exist. Instead of intervention, it turns into clips, reposts, and reactions. And that shift changes everything. Instead of someone stepping in to say something isn't right, it becomes content. Fans jump in to defend it, saying he's young, he's making money, he doesn't need school. Meanwhile, Rakai keeps moving forward thinking everything is fine because no one close to him is slowing things down or being real with him about what's happening. That's the part that raises bigger questions. Not just about him, but about the people around him and what they're choosing to ignore. Because when no one checks it early, it just keeps building in front of a massive audience. The message this sends to younger viewers is where it really starts to feel serious. It creates this idea that school doesn't matter, communication doesn't matter, and all you really need is personality and chaos to succeed. That kind of thinking spreads fast, especially when it's tied to someone with a big platform. And Rakai does have that reach. People are watching, picking things up, and forming opinions based on what they see. That influence carries weight whether it's intentional or not. There was actually an attempt to address this during one of Kai Cenat's streams. During Mafiathon 3, he tried to step in and create some structure. He brought in a real tutor, Miss Emmy, to homeschool Rakai and his friend, aiming to balance streaming with actual education.
He was late.
I know, right here in the Bible.
No,
I'm
listen.
right now, fly right
Yo,
now.
stop saying.
I was not late. I was there.
RP Rakai chat.
He came in.
RP Rakai chat.
Speaking.
Nah, it's not about women and late. I woke up about 11:55. Their room is across the hallway from the class.
No.
Yes.
No.
I was not late, bro. That is.
I ain't being bad.
You late.
No.
You late. Secondly, why was he doing the class?
On paper, it was a solid move. Miss Emmy showed up professional, patient, and ready to help from day one. But right away, things didn't start smoothly. They showed up late. Not just a few minutes, but late enough that it had to be called out on stream, even though the setup was literally in the next room. That first impression kind of set the tone for how seriously the whole situation was being taken. Kai's reaction didn't really help calm anything down either. Instead of just acknowledging it and moving forward, he started arguing about whether Rakai was actually late.
He had to go to the bathroom once, and then he was throwing food, and he wouldn't stop, and I had to stand between them, so I said, leave so we can get something done in peace. Because they were acting up today.
Why y'all giving Miss Amy a hard time?
I said,
and that's what made the moment feel even more off. There was no long commute, no traffic, no real excuse. The classroom was literally across the hall from where he slept, and somehow it still turned into a debate instead of a simple fix. That set the tone early, showing that even small accountability moments were being brushed aside instead of handled properly. But being late was just the beginning. Once the class actually started, things went completely off track. Rakai and his friend weren't just distracted, they were actively disrupting everything. They started throwing food at each other, not as a quick joke that ended, but repeatedly, dragging it out to the point where teaching couldn't even continue. It forced Miss Emmy to step in physically, just to separate them, and try to regain control of the situation. And the more people tried to settle things down, the more Rakai leaned into the chaos, laughing it off and treating it like just another entertaining moment for the stream instead of a real class meant to help him. That's where the situation really shifted from messy to uncomfortable. This wasn't just friends joking around. This was a professional adult brought in specifically to teach and help them improve. Miss Emmy stayed patient, but there's only so much anyone can manage in that kind of environment. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. She gave a clear ultimatum. Either he leaves or she does, because there was no way to continue like that. And instead of adjusting, Rakai chose to walk out of the classroom. Even after that, it didn't fully settle. The situation carried on, and at one point, he directed harsh words at Miss Emmy. This was someone who came in calmly, trying to help, likely someone people would normally respect in any other setting. That moment stood out to a lot of viewers, because it crossed from being disruptive into something more personal. And it left people questioning how seriously any of this was being taken behind the scenes. Imagine being Miss Emmy's son and seeing someone online disrespect your mom like that. That moment hit different for a lot of people watching. After everything that happened, Kai Cenat and the other adults didn't just ignore it. They actually tried to step in and apply consequences. They brought up taking away his PS5, limiting his streaming, trying different ways to get through to him. Whether those methods were the right approach is a whole separate conversation, but the effort was clearly there. The problem is, none of it seemed to land. Every consequence turned into a joke to Rakai. He laughed it off, brushed it aside, and treated it the same way he treated the class situation. Nothing really stuck. It wasn't just defiance. It started to look like he didn't take any of it seriously at all. And that pattern didn't stop there. Later on, when a prison intervention specialist came in during another stream to give him a serious talk about his future and the risks of staying on this path so young, the response followed that same energy.
100. What is it?
I'm gonna be dead ass.
Be dead ass honest. Why you don't care about school, bro?
Cause I'm a lonely child who wants someone to help him out. Oh, I'll take his pain away. His pain away because my life been really hard. That's why, bro.
Saying what I said.
Yes.
My man, go ahead.
I want you to look at my face. And look at my eyes, right? And see, do I do? No. Oh! What you talking about, nigga? I built this shit, I did this shit, I'm in it. It's a lifestyle, nigga. Yeah.
That tells me just who you are. You'll lose that money. You hear me? You're right. You can have all the money in the world, bro, but if you a dummy, that money ain't gonna stay long.
Instead of reflecting, he pushed back, basically saying he built everything himself and didn't need anyone lecturing him about his life. That reaction stood out even more because of how the audience responded. Some viewers actually felt bad for the specialist, seeing someone come in with real intentions just to be dismissed like that. It even reached a point where one viewer reportedly donated a large amount of money to show support for him, which says a lot about how that moment was perceived.
What is that?
Somebody just donated $10,000.
No way.
Really?
What? Are you serious?
Yes.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Who the donate that nigga $10,000 and you donate to me? How dare you donate on my stream $10,000 before me? Who the hell? Who the hell did that? He just
People weren't just watching for entertainment anymore, they were reacting to what felt like a deeper issue playing out live. So now it really comes down to how you see all of this. Do you think Rakai is just playing a role and taking things too far for content? Or does it feel like something bigger that's not being addressed properly? Should the people around him be stepping in more seriously? Or is this just part of the environment he's built for himself? And what kind of message does this send to younger viewers who are watching everything unfold in real time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe to the BeyondFame channel, and share this video so more people can weigh in. See you in the next one.